how important is the guest list and how many people should I invite?
Yeah.
It's amazing how many clients will go, well, how many people should I invite to my party? Well,
how many do you know?
That's a very personal thing, isn't it? Like, you know, and some people think 50 people is a lot of people to have at your party. Some people think 100's not that many, 300. There's no real number, is there?
No.
It really depends on the outcome.
Yeah.
Which we always come back to. And it's hard because I feel like there isn't really a black and white answer. Depends on the size of your venue, what party that you want to have. If you have an okay kind of size venue and you want to throw a rager, then maybe like 100 at a minimum.
Yeah.
But if you're having a garden party in your backyard, then about 50 you probably could get away with.
Yeah, and the atmosphere could feel really good.
Exactly. Or you could still have a rager with 50 people if you have a smaller venue.
Yeah.
It all comes down to what you want.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to put it is what do you want? If you want a great wild party, the more the merrier. If you want something small, then something small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's really as simple as.
See, I think, I've always said you should invite more than you think you want. So if you think you want 100 people at your party, I think if you've got 130 on your guest list, invite 130.
Yeah.
Because in my experience of, DJing for 30 odd years, when I get to the function, to the party, and I ask the client, so how many people are you invited tonight? And they say 150. I go, okay, you probably, in my mind, I'm thinking you need about 100.
Yeah,
definitely.
And look, you may be really lucky and get 150, but that's not necessarily all at the same time. It's going to be over the space of a night. People have other functions to go to. They might come and go. So I always say invite more than you think, because you're only going to get, for my rule of thumb, is 60 to 70% is of what you've invited. So if you invite 100 people, you're probably going to get about 60.
Yeah.
And so I then, if it was me and I'm planning, I've invited 100 guests, and I think I'm going to get 60, I plan for 60 as far as space goes. If I get 70, it doesn't matter because the room's going to feel better.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get, I plan on having 60 people. Comes back to your budget. So, if you can't afford 100 people, then don't invite 100 people.
Exactly right.
Once you know who the party's for and what you're trying to achieve,
Yes.
it's so much easier to organise.
Exactly right.
100%. Like, how do you want to feel at the end of the night? Like, what do you want to have remembered?
I know when I had my 40th years and years ago, I know I don't look over 40, but
years and years and years.
I invited, I think at the time it would have been about 120 people. And look, I didn't get 120 people. I think I got about 80, but I had a space that could fit probably 70. So it was packed and the atmosphere was great. So, but I knew that that's what it was going to be. And so that comes down to, size of the space and knowing that from the beginning.
Yeah, definitely.
And look, occasionally when I've done functions, people say I've invited 100 people to my 21st and then they get extras come and they get more than that. Very rare though, very rare. Yeah, unless they're gate crashes.
Yes.
Yeah, which most of the time they would be.
Yeah, then you're not going to get what you invite.
Yeah.
So we can agree, I think, that there's no hard and fast rule on how many you should invite.
Unfortunately.
It's more cost, isn't it?
Yeah.
And again, what sort of atmosphere do you want to...
How many people do you want there?
Yeah.
Who do you want there?
Exactly, that's what I was going to say.
Right.
Like, do you want to invite just your close friends, or do you kind of
want to go extended?
And friends of friends, like get people to like it. And that's a good one, is if you want to have more people, then let everyone bring a +1 and you can almost double your guest list just in letting
Bring a
someone...
friend party.
Yeah, like for your friends.
That's where it gets expensive. You better up your budget when you do that.
Yeah, you must have a lot of money to just be throwing money at all these randoms.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.